Full decks and fan mails killed the office mate when you weren't looking.
Maybe after going to the gun range.
All right. A few days later, you're sitting in a dive bar in San Francisco's Mission District with Mark, a somewhat scruffy young reporter in a leather jacket. Mark has Mediterranean features, wavy black hair, and ample beard stubble. He takes a deep pull on one of those artificial cigarettes that delivers all the nicotine with none of the illegal smoke.
You mean like a vape?
Yeah. Then opens up... was 2014 before vaping was popular?
I think it was just starting. I don't think there were like vape shops everywhere at that point, but I think it was starting.
Yeah. Then opens up a cheap... Also, I want to point out that... No, smoking's not illegal because your fucking advisor's been smoking up a storm.
Oh, he's been smoking in my face.
Then opens up a cheap Chromebook that looks about 10 years old and starts typing furiously. The place smells of smoke that never quite came out of the retro, upholstered furniture. It's the afternoon, so the place is mostly empty except for some dedicated drunks and you two. Thanks for coming, Mark says, even as he's typing something different about the atmosphere of the bar. You'd be surprised how many people insist on just answering via email, but that's bullshit reporting. It's like trying to sell the public a car if you've only seen it in a picture. You find the truth. To find the truth, you've got to kick the tires. You got to look them in the eye.
He
looks you in the eye, yeah. Like right now, I can basically tell you're a nice guy. It's taking everything I mean not to do a hard-boiled, like, fucking voice. He says, going back to typing, You try to do right by people. Haven't had to stick anybody in the guts to get what you want. He hesitates. That's a compliment.
Thanks.
You say awkwardly. The bartender, a tattooed and thoroughly pierced young woman with the build of a roller derby player, approaches Mark. PBR, Mark says lightly.
Public broadcasting range.
The bartender then looks at you expectantly. What are you drinking, Kai?
Do I also order a PBR to try and impress this guy? Got anything like chocolate coffee porters? I'll have the Miller High Life, please. The champagne of... That's such a fucking asshole thing to get. Guinness for strength, just water. I'd have to go with like coffee. I know I might drink coffee in this world where I'm fucking making robots all night.
Yeah.
I'll go with coffee. Normally, me IRL would get water, but this me is a coffee person.
Mark looks at you dubiously and makes a note of your request. The bartender gestures to the taps. There's a series of American beers you've tried and don't like. Guinness, a stout from Ireland that you think might be most similar to your request, and Miller High Life, which you've heard advertised as the champagne of beers, but have never had. Oddly, none of the beers on tap has the initials PBR.
Oh, so I can't... That was just
you asking for it.
That was a bait.
That was just you asking for it.
All right. I would drink water. I'm sorry. I'm lame. What's PBR?
I honestly have no idea.
No, the bartender
gives Mark an accusatory frown. Just let us sit here, Mark says. You know I'll have 2 drinks. Of PBR.
Amaya's rating. That was loud. I was like, oh god. Thanks for the raid, Amaya. Welcome to reading time.
Time to be legendary. We are reading and playing a Choose Your Own Adventure book. And it's super fun. Kai, what do you think so far?
It's pretty fun. I have a robot that is like an innocent child, but it knows how to shoot a gun. And I think I've just lost my college scholarship.
So we're doing great.
So far, fantastic. Great. I also have gotten myself out of a relationship on the first attempt.
With your advisor, right? It was like... Oh no, are you talking about with Ellie?
Yeah, with Ellie.
Oh yeah, it was like, hey, Ellie was like, hey, you want to go on a date? And you're like, but I could take my robot.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't completely shut her down. I just said, but let's do this instead tomorrow because I'm busy. So fantastically done.
Yeah, you're quite a Casanova, sir.
That's the way.
All right.
Water while you read this next sentence.
The bartender gives Mark an accusatory frown. Just let us sit here, Mark says. You know I'll have 2 drinks. Of PBR, the bartender mutters, but she gets to fetch Mark's beer. The bartender leaves to fill your order. What's your initial impression of Mark? Also, hello everyone on the stream. I am so happy that so many people are actually joining us to watch this. These choice of games are very, very fun, and I love them, and I've read a lot of them for a long time.
How many
I highly
chapters are
suggest
there?
them. I think there's like 9
So
or 12,
we're
something like that.
We're a little, probably over a quarter way done then. Okay.
Yeah.
So my options. I don't think this guy and I are going to get along. Seems like an interesting guy. I think we'll get along okay. Kind of mysterious, kind of cute. I'm wondering if it's against his professional ethics to go on a date with me.
I don't know if this man has professional ethics.
Me neither. I'm gonna start off on a right foot. I think we'll get along okay.
Yeah.
I'm setting the bar low, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be okay.
As you make this decision, Mark glances at you and types another brief note to himself. He seems very good at reading people. So, I've heard your robot is kind of like a robotic 4-year-old. It's not wrong.
He's right.
And it loves to ask questions and explore. And it has this weird beauty to it that makes people feel like they're in the presence of something from another world. Mark gives you a skeptical look to tell you what he thinks of this.
I guess I ought to show you my robot sometime.
You say. Yeah. The bartender comes back with your water and Mark's PBR. You sip your water, feeling a little out of place.
Welcome to me anytime we go to a bar.
See you later, Amaya.
See ya, Maya. Alright, next.
So, let's get to the most interesting of the rumors, Mark says. Does this robot have human-level intelligence? The way Mark studies your expression suggests that your answer will say as much about you as it will about Famulus.
So either you should see Famulus while she is learning from high school textbooks. It's only a matter of time before she surpasses us. Yes, Famulus is absolutely the equal of any human. Intelligence is a concept designed by elites to denigrate the lower class. Famulus is what she is. God damn. Down with the bourgeoisie! No, but she's still got a lot to learn. No, Famulus's mind is a pale imitation of human intelligence, which most people underestimate. Either no, she's still got a lot to learn, or you should see Famulus. It's only a matter of yeah, like she's still a 4-year-old for sure, but she's learning. She's learning fast. I'm gonna go with this first answer.
Ninja Kai is confident that Famulus is the pinnacle of technology.
The absolute prime.
You're educating your robot with high school textbooks?
It works for people.
You say defensively. Mark looks doubtful of this. And it's going to surpass us by...
Studying really, really hard.
You say, and you admit this sounds a little lame. Let's talk about your advisor then. Professor Ziegler is famous for his pronouncements that in the near future we'll have robots smarter than humans. What role did he play in creating this robot of yours?
I can't say this one. I'm gonna pull my experience from being on the SCAD Overwatch team and being in actual interviews. Don't say this first one. Never just talk about the money. That is bad. He demanded that the robot appear more useful to the military without contributing significantly to its intelligence. This is also bad to say. He provided some suggestions during the robot's construction. This is fine. I was greatly inspired by his thinking. I was listening to him speak on NPR as the robot was being built, in fact. And this is just being a kiss-ass. So this third one's probably the best option to save my ass.
Diplomatic, one might say.
Well, yes, when you're talking to a reporter, you gotta be like this.
Yeah, I feel like you are on the razor's edge of losing everything because of Ziegler already.
Uh-huh. Oh, look, there you go.
A political answer, but I'm going to read between the lines here, Mark says. Your use of the word suggestions means that you consider yourself the primary designer, and the fact that he gave these during construction instead of during design suggests that the comments came too late to be anything more than criticism. Is that correct?
Man, he has really read me like an open book.
Yeah, he's a good reporter, I guess.
I either nod. An interesting speculation you have there. Sorry, I'm not throwing my advisor on the bus. He was helpful, right? That.
Are you gonna take a stand for Mr. Ziegler?
How much do I value my college or my
How much do you
university
value
degree at this moment?
Yeah, you haven't finished your doctorate yet. That's for sure.
I'm sorry. I like this guy, but I gotta look out for myself here. I'm gonna go with third answer.
Mark seems annoyed at your instruction. Helpful how exactly?
He is my mentor, and he funded my education.
You say sternly. You think Mark is writing down something about your loyalty to your advisor. So who is currently funding this work? Mark says.
DARPA is funding us.
You say. Is that a bad thing to tell a reporter?
Maybe.
I mean, it's probably public knowledge that they could find out anyways.
Yeah, probably.
When you see Mark's expression darken, you hastily add...
But
oh, wait, I'm a fucking idiot. I read the first part, didn't I?
What?
I read the DARPA's funding us part.
No, I read that.
Okay.
But they fund a lot of basic science. Most of the science in this country is funded by the Department of Defense, one way or another.
What exactly do you think it will be used for? Mark asks.
So either that's not really my responsibility, which is a bad one.
Nah.
She'll probably be used by the military, but that doesn't necessarily mean she'll be used in combat. I'm hoping she'll have a purely defensive application. That's a good one. Defending the nation from our enemies. That's a... okay. That's a nationalist answer. Don't worry, scientists just frame what they would work on anyways as having military application for DARPA. It's not actually going to be used to see battlefield use. I like this last one.
So you actually see yourself as a kind of Robin Hood, stealing from DARPA to give to basic research, Mark asked. Judging from his grin, he seems to like the idea.
Oh god, I'm agreeing to this. Yes, I suppose you could say that.
You did kind of throw DARPA under the bus.
Uh-oh. Why did I agree to that sentence? If I heard that in real life, I'd be like, no.
Well, because on the previous thing, you literally said you're lying to DARPA to get their money.
Oh, shit.
That's the decision you said.
I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Remember that thing you remember when you stuck up for Ziegler? I think you've just lost both relationships.
Oh, man.
Mark and,
I stuck
Mark
up for
and Ziegler.
Don't worry, I'll stick up for Ziegler. I pick both Ziegler and DARPA up and throw them under a fucking forklift.
And Mark still probably doesn't like you.
I've just ruined everything. Can't wait to see what my stats are at the end of this interview.
Yeah, we probably check it more often than at the end of chapters because the chapters only get longer. But that suggests you understand the ultimate impact of your work better than DARPA, Mark says. How certain are you that they aren't taking advantage of your belief that your work is harmless, while it actually serves their purpose? You hesitate.
Reasonably certain.
You say, though you are not. Mark asks a few more questions about Famulus, getting a sense of what she's good at and not good at. He appreciates the effort you've put into trying to make Famulus get along with people, while clearly expressing doubt that she would really understand humans. Last question, Mark says. Will you allow us to send a photographer to take pictures of your robot?
Absolutely. In fact, you're welcome to come along and interview Famulus. Sure, send a photographer. No, I don't want the media hounding her. Famulus is still basically a child.
All valid points.
And I kind of want to. I just don't want him to interview Famulus because Famulus is 4 and will say something.
When has interviewing a child star ever gone horribly wrong?
Very frequently.
Oh, yeah. All right, what are you going with? If you don't want the interview, you can just allow the photographer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna do that.
Hmm. Great, Mark says. She'll be in touch. You shake hands.
I'm gonna click next and then show stats because this is
Yeah,
probably the end of the interview. Well then there's this. Okay.
A few days later, a photographer comes to your place. She is a young, quiet, blonde woman with a slight southern drawl when she speaks, which is not often. She asks Famous to sit on your workbench, then asks you to look as if you're busy fixing something on Famous' person. Famous and you both comply. Smile, she says. You do.
Oh, this is. Oh wow. Okay.
All right, go to show stats.
I would read this just because there's a stat up at the end of it.
Oh, okay. You spend the next 2 weeks searching news feeds for your name and wondering every day when Mark's article is going to come out. You're awoken on Friday, March 13th, 2020, by a klaxon. A script you wrote on your laptop has detected Mark's articles on the internet. You blearily sit up in bed and stop your laptop's alarm. It's about 5 in the morning. Famulus walks into your bedroom to see what's the matter, but you assure her that everything's fine, so she goes back to practicing her Tai Chi.
Oh my god.
The article is one of the lead stories in the technology section of the San Francisco Chronicle's website. Exploring the world through a robot child's eyes is the headline. Okay, that's fine so far.
Okay.
The article talks mostly about Famous and her curious outlook on life, leaving out most of the details of her creation.
Thank God. The
article emphasizes Famous's eager curiosity about the world and her rapid ability to learn more. With selective use of quotes from your interview, the article portrays you as a little vacant and suggests that you perhaps have sacrificed some of your humanity for your robots. The article concludes with a quote from Ellie. Oh, they interviewed Ellie.
Oh.
Fishy's just a dreamer, she said, albeit one who is very good at making his dreams come true.
And this gives us... Oh!
Oh my god!
Oh, fuck!
Yeah, remember when you faked him out and like, I'll stick up for him? Yeah, never mind.
Fuck Professor Ziegler. All my homies hate Professor Ziegler. Fame 2, local celebrity. Wealth 0, broke. Romance none. Famulous, still at the same stats because they didn't get anything.
Famous's autonomy is caught up though.
No, this mystery person's at 65.
Yeah.
There's someone that's already looking out for Famulous that we don't know yet.
Mm-hmm. I think I know who that is.
But anyways, so yeah. Mark likes me the most. Ellie's still nice. Hopefully we don't just lose our relationship with Ellie.
Or do you want to circle back to that one at some point, hopefully?
Hopefully don't just, like, drop that. Alright, next. What will I... Oh, here we go.
Celebrity!
What will you do now? Do I show Famulous the article? Call Mark, thank him for the article, and see what he's up to? Share the article with friends and family via social media. I don't really care about calling Mark right now, but maybe show some friends and family. See if I can get my humanity back a little bit.
Mark, I'm pretty sure you can romance most of the NPCs. Mark is one of the few I have not tried.
There we go.
You spend a little while trying to remember the password of all of your social media accounts since you don't log in very often.
Okay.
You quickly
That's not realistic at all, actually.
You quickly post an excited link to the article. A variety of people you haven't seen since high school or college chime in with congratulations. You start to respond to each, but find the task tedious after a while, and you can't really think of anything new to say to each person. Quietly log off. You briefly check the internet for more posts about the article. You find that the story has been picked up within the first hour by a multitude of bloggers, all striving to be the first to comment on the article. You guess there are at least 10 different bloggers who have already written a secondhand piece about you and Famulous. And they run the gamut from people hoping that your technology will save humanity to people who bitterly condemn you for creating technology that can be used for war.
I mean, every piece of technology can be used for war. That's when it's...
Watch me use this pen to kill my neighbor.
I mean, like, technology is always originating with how to kill someone. That's just...
Wasn't the internet created by the military?
Wasn't penicillin created by the military? It always starts with, how do I kill this guy?
Yeah, Ninja Guy's right. Your humanity went down by exactly 1. How did you manage that?
I have no clue.
All right. Oddly, not one of those buggers has tried to get in touch with you. Shocking. Ellie is calling you via video chat on your phone. You pick it up. Hey, she says. She looks like she's at work. She's dressed in a snappy black jacket with a red blouse, and in the background you can see blueprints and sketches of robots drawn in spare, efficient lines. You didn't realize she worked for a robot company. Congratulations on the article. You must be really proud.
Honestly, I could use a break from all this attention. What are you up to tonight? Hey!
All right.
Did you talk to Mark? And if you did, what did you say exactly? That's just like, what'd you say? And thanks, I'm pretty proud. I'll talk to you later. Just instantly off. No, I'm going with the first option. Jesus.
Oh my
Imagine
God.
like this girl calls like, man, you're pretty proud. I am. Bye.
No, imagine the other one. Hey, congratulations. Yeah, what'd you say to him?
What did you say?
What'd you tell him?
What did you tell him? Where is she? Yeah, I'm gonna go with the first option.
I've already got plans with some people from work tonight, she says. But how about Saturday? We could go to the jazz concert in the park.
Hey, I'm gonna say sure. Let's go.
Ooh, jazz.
Let's go, me.
Great. See you then. Until then, enjoy all the attention. The screen goes dark. You're getting a phone call. According to the caller ID, it's Mom. As your finger hesitates over the answer button, a second call appears on your screen. A number in Glendale, California. Probably a reporter.
Probably a reporter question mark though. So I answer from Glendale, answer my mom. Any minute now, these calls are going to be intercepted by my script that pretends I'm answering the phone. No, I'm not going to do that. Kind of want to call Mom, but who is this from Glendale?
I mean, personally, it's your mom. You could probably call her back if you ask me.
Yeah, I haven't had a phone for days.
That's true.
I mean, I know, knowing this game, I can't call her back, and eventually Mom's gonna be like, well, I thought you died. That's what my vibe from this game is giving me.
But do you want to know who's calling from Glendale?
I mean, I kinda do, but that's just a curiosity of who's calling from Glendale.
Yeah.
Maybe it's someone that can replace my DARPA.
Full deck just said, if you don't know who, it's a scam. Don't trust Glendale.
Maybe it's someone that can replace my DARPA fund, so I'm
That's
not
true.
fucked.
I feel like any day now you're gonna need money.
Yeah, maybe I should answer.
Hey, Mom, how much money do we have, by the way?
You know, honestly,
that
I'm just gonna roll a dice. Even it's Glendale, odd it's Mom.
You can't make a decision on this
I can't, not this one. So even Glendale.
one. All right.
It's odd. Calling Mom.
Call Mom. Your phone shows Mom in her office cubicle, which is decorated with baby pictures of you and cute cat memes from the early days of the internet that she has printed out. Oh. Mom is wearing a corduroy lime green jacket with 80s style padded shoulders. Her image freezes constantly. You think she hasn't paid for enough bandwidth for this to work well. Just thought I'd offer my congratulations. I saw the article. My little guy is famous. The Glendale number is calling again.
I would, at IRL at this point, I'd say, sorry, someone else is calling me, can I call you back? But obviously I'm not socially conscious enough just to say those simple words.
Hey, listen, your humanity's at stake, man.
Is it? I got some humanity I can toss to the wind.
Yeah, you got some more in the bank, just throw it out.
You know what?
Here's the thing, this Glendale number has now rapid called you twice.
It's probably important at this point. It's not just it's not just a blogger trying to get a...
Yeah.
I'll answer the call. I'm sorry, Mom.
Hey, you answered the phone for
Oh,
her.
hey, there it is! Hey, you know what? I said bye, Mom.
Yeah.
Points for me. I'm at least able to just call her and tell her that I'm good.
Let her know you're alive. Sorry, I just had to lend my phone to a brain. Go ahead and read it.
Oh, I've got another call, Mom. I'll call you back.
All right, love you, sweetie. You answer the other call and find it's an invitation for Famous to appear on The Late Show.
I could use all the fame I could get now that this fucking...
You're like, listen, guys, I need to start a GoFundMe real soon.
Imagine if you could do this in real life and you just kept seeing like your relationship with someone just drop and drop and drop, and you're just like,
yeah.
oh god. Yeah, I have to take this.
Yeah. You agree that Famous will come to the studio tomorrow. Fame and fortune, here we come. Your next phone call is from Josh. He must be using a new video phone because his image is crisp and popping with color. Well, insofar as a dark warehouse and his gray hoodie can pop with color. Hey, Fishy, Josh says. I just saw the article. Congratulations. It looks like you're finally getting the attention you deserve.
Man, this alternate universe Parker is a lot more nice than this Parker.
Am I Josh in this scenario?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks. Thanks.
That sounds correct for our relationship. Do you want to go celebrate in the city tomorrow night? Ooh.
Is tomorrow Saturday? I genuinely don't know.
I think it is. There's a really good Led Zeppelin. There's a really yeah. I'm sure you'd go to this. There's a really good Led Zeppelin cover band playing. This would conflict with your plan to go to the jazz concert with Ellie.
I mean, I already made plans. I'm not the person to just like throw
Also,
a plan under the bus.
I'm going to remind you of something.
Huh.
Josh and Ellie used to be a thing.
I mean, is it an awkward relationship? That's the real question.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Was it
truly don't know the
amicable?
answer. I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I mean, I usually be honest. I have plans. I'm not. Look, I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna be like really vague about why I'm turning you down. If I have something I have to do, I'm gonna be like, yeah, sorry, I have this thing I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna blue ball someone.
Also, I'm just going to say I would never go see a cover band of a Led Zeppelin concert.
Yeah, you suck in this alternate world.
Okay, Josh says. No problem. He hangs up. You realize that you haven't checked your email at all today. Checking it for the first time, one email in particular catches your attention because of the author's unusual email address. From Robot Obsession 1987. Subject. Amazing! I read the article. You sound like a genius. Would you be interested in getting coffee sometime? I've been interested in robots for as long as I've lived. I would love to meet you and Famulus. Sincerely, Tammy.
So this is like... Sorry, keep reading.
Well, that's flattering. What will you do?
Well, first off, that number is shockingly close to 1984, and that already throws me off. Also, that email's whack. I don't really trust this person. This seems like incredible spam. Why is it always... Am I not incapable of just saying, want to see me on Sunday? Want to see me on Monday? Does it have to be on one day? Is that the only day I'm available?
Yep.
Am I only capable of doing one thing a day?
Yep, one thing.
Why am I so like incapable?
You are the subject of a choose your own adventure book. There's some concessions, okay?
I'm sorry, I just gotta complain about this.
Yeah. Hey, use one mindset, go get coffee, restore your humanity.
I'm already going on a date. That's gonna restore my humanity. I'm gonna politely decline. I'm sorry.
To politely describe the crazy person. I'm sure that went well. You write back a polite email in which you explain you barely have time for friends you already know, and the additional media attention left you swamped. You click send and hope that's the last of that.
Honestly, I'm being realistic. I'm proud of me.
You check the time on your phone. You should probably get something to eat before meeting with Professor Ziegler. Oh boy.
He's gonna fucking roast me over the flames.
You're up, man. Your line.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Famulus, I have to go meet Professor Ziegler. Stay here.
Famulus is studying a YouTube clip of a ballerina on your big screen TV as you head out the door.
Oh, she is going to find some random video on YouTube at that point.
You can see her just starting to try to balance on one foot as you leave. Yeah, it's going to go through that, and it's going to go through like your YouTube feed, and when you come back, she's saying, "Top of the morning!"
Oh my, what the fuck?
My name is Famulus.
My name is Famulus. Alright.
Oh yeah, we all did. Yeah, full deck's right. We did forget Famulus has wings specifically for balance, so that's probably why she's doing these things.
Yeah, she'd be pretty good at ballet.
Imagine we gave her the hover drone stuff and she's doing ballet.
Yeah, it'd be like, we just spinning in the air.
Yeah. You make your way across campus to the computer science building, a newly constructed tower of glass amidst the stucco and shingle mission architecture of the rest of the school. I don't know what that means. Professor Ziegler's office smells like cigar smoke and is decorated with posters and advertising robot conferences with acronyms for names and years before you were born. AAAI 89, IJCAI 92, IROS 94.
As far as I'm aware, he photoshopped all of these. I don't know what any of this means.
Professor Ziegler himself is sitting back in his swivel chair at an angle that makes the fluorescent lights reflect off of his aviator glasses so you can't read his expression. There are 2 simple wooden chairs in front of his desk, both empty. Professor Ziegler bids you sit with a wave of his hand, and you do. Before we go further, let's get some unpleasant business out of the way. Professor Ziegler leans forward. You did an extremely foolish thing in speaking to the media directly, without speaking to me first, Professor Ziegler says quietly.
Yeah, he's about to fucking throw me. Should I just apologize, but then say, but this is good press? Because it didn't say anything negative, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. I mean, we aren't aware. It said everything. They told us everything it said, pretty much, so I'm pretty sure you're good.
I'm gonna go with that. I'm feeling optimistic. The media presence went well.
Professor Ziegler shrugs. In a sense, yes, but you have to be careful even with good media coverage, lest your colleagues become jealous and try to tear you down. He pauses. But I suppose I did not give you enough credit before. Famulus sounds like a very impressive robot. I'd like to see it sometime.
Thank you, sir.
You suppose this is about as good as you're going to get out of him. At any rate, Professor Ziegler continues, you now have placed me in the awkward position. You clearly can't continue to be my student. The press will assume I am getting my ideas from you, and other fame-seeking graduate students will try to emulate your insubordination. He hesitates, and you wonder what's coming next.
Oh, here it. Yep. I wonder.
I regret to inform you that you will no longer be working in this lab. You're momentarily stunned. I no longer want you as my student. Professor Ziegler continues, I'm letting you go.
But how could you not want credit for Famulus?
You say.
She's famous now.
Professor Ziegler suddenly stands, his hands across the desk. Do you think I crave the kind of attention you bring? You care everything for your own reputation and nothing for mine.
My next advisor.
You will have no next advisor, Professor Ziegler shouts. Do you think I will write you a letter of recommendation after all this? You hesitate because you realize you aren't simply losing an advisor. You're being kicked out of a grad school. You leave without another word.
Wow, it's that thing I knew was going to happen from all my shitty decisions.
Yeah.
Let's hope this goes well. This is my last chance. Hey, but you know what? I got kicked out of school, so I can put him on blast.
That's true. You then take a 2-hour flight down to Glendale for the taping of The Late Show. It's like most other such shows, a fake background of Los Angeles at night to hide the fact that the taping is in the afternoon, a random potted palm tree, a genial old white man in a suit for a host. Streaming internet has not changed the basic equation much. What did you suggest Famulus do during the talk show?
Make it go bang bang! Make predictions about the future, sing a song.
What's your stats? Let's look at your stats. What are we?
We're gonna take a look here.
Yeah. Well, like it's good to know what she's good at.
I lost a singular point of humanity, probably for rejecting talking to that one person and to turning down not turning down my date to Josh and not just being like, all right. But I'm local celebrity. Famulus is still at this because I haven't interacted with Famulus a little bit. Still very broke and also a lacking. Oh hey, but look, you know what? Josh's relationship went up by 4%. So it worked out.
You talked to him.
I did talk to him, and Ellie's now at very good. You know?
How did Professor Ziegler's go up? It was 26 before.
Yeah, it really was. Man, I like you a little more now. Get the fuck out of my school. All right. Anyways, so they have some autonomy, grace, and empathy. So just don't shoot. Basically, this is bad.
Yeah. What do the other ones pertain to? You think?
Predictions might be about the processing power. And sing a song.
Well, it's usually to do with your stats.
So this might be autonomy.
Yeah.
And this one's probably grace.
That's definitely grace.
Which I mean, those are equal.
Yeah. There's nothing for empathy. Could prediction be empathy?
I'm gonna choose prediction. I think
Yeah.
because it's either gonna be an 11. As long as I don't do shoot, I'm fine.
So, Famulus, who's better at predicting the future, you or drunk Nate Silver? The host asks. It's an old meme, but he's an old host. Nate Silver simply performed Bayesian averaging of data sources and Monte Carlo simulations, Famulus says. I'm able to incorporate more data while using the same methods. Also, I am not drunk. And what does the future have in store for us? The host asks. Should I invest in plastic? Bet on the Yankees? The most salient trend is increasing unemployment and unequal distribution of wealth.
Oh.
Famulus says, performing machine learning on historical data reveals that there is roughly a 90% chance of a large-scale war in the next 10 years.
Oh!
The host is clearly thrown off balance by this prediction. You're saying that in order to prevent a war, I should go to the street corner and give a guy a 20. Have him wash my car? I predict you will not do that. The host now seems annoyed.
I'm sorry. I love Famulus now for saying that.
The host now seems annoyed. Well, if our brave troops should need to protect our country, I'm sure our studio audience will support them, right? There's an outpouring of applause in the audience, in no small part because of the applause sign, but you're uneasy and don't feel right clapping. Yeah, how'd that interview go, Kai?
Oh, man. Honestly, loved it. I loved it. Oh, man. I hope there's memes on the internet.
Yeah, Full Deck's right. You might not have chosen shoot, but Famulus woke up and still chose violence.
In the best way. Oracle.
Oh, what'd you get? Oracle. On the plane ride home, you ask Famulus.
Why did you predict that? I don't understand why unemployment would cause people to wage an external war.
But Famulus shrugs. It is simply what the algorithm predicts, Fishy. It does not explain why these factors are correlated. The press picks up on Famulus' prediction the next day, and a variety of commentary tries to explain how the prediction may be true. You begin to see an interesting world associated with Famulus. An interesting word associated with Famulus. Oracle. Are you going to start a cult?
Maybe. Also, I'm just realizing I'm giving you all these achievements.
Sure are, aren't you? You get back to the Bay Area around 9 o'clock. What will you do this evening?
I think that went well. Try to improve Famulus' social grace before she goes out in public again. Improve Famulus' self-defense in case someone tries to attack her. I prefer to give myself some quiet time to read. So, you know, humanity. But I got a date. Hey, I got a date, and that's gonna bring it back, maybe.
Yeah. How much does getting laid give you humanity?
Maybe a lot, I don't know. Yeah, let's up that social grace before she goes out in public and roasts a man.
And tells a dude that you're a selfish asshole who causes wars.
Honestly, self-defense might be good. Now that she has a lot of fame, I feel like she might actually be attacked.
Yeah.
Although that is me going on the same thing that the school said, that I'm being too rounded.
Yeah, maybe they were right. Maybe you were doing that.
So let's try and up the grace.
Okay.
Let's do a little role-playing.
You tell, Famulus.
Pretend I'm a reporter. Do you have any plans to take over the world or replace human being?
Famulus lets out a robotic whimper. Are they really going to say that?
Maybe.
You prepare Famulus for some of the more aggressive questions reporters might ask, so you did social self-defense.
Yeah.
After a little while, Famulus does understand a bit better how cruel people can be. Wow!
I mean, sometimes you gotta be ready for that.
Alright. The next morning, as you are leaving your apartment, you encounter an extremely thin, frizzy-haired blonde woman who appears to be peering up at your apartment window through a military-grade binoculars.
Oh my god, it's her! Oh fuck, I'm being stalked! Can I help you? Robot
Wait,
obsession.
go to your stats. Was Tammy the one that you had up stats with?
Oh my god. It was Tammy.
It was Tammy.
This is disturbing. Can I help you? Robot Obsession 1987, I presume. I like bird watching myself. And please get out of here before I call the cops. I would say this, like, are you Robot Obsession 1987?
Yeah, Felix is famous as a cult leader now.
Yeah, Famous is.
At the sound of your voice, the woman lowers the binoculars to face you, yelps, then runs to an old yellow BMW parked outside of your apartment complex. You quickly snap a picture with your phone as the woman starts the car, and she speeds away. You have your phone perform a face recognition search. Good lord.
A really advanced phone and, like, programs.
Yeah. Tammy Cooper, San Jose, California, is the first hit. Well, all right then. That would be the person who sent you that off-kilter email. You hope nothing more comes of it.
Obviously, nothing will happen in the future. I'll never see Tammy again.
That afternoon, you glance outside your window and see Tammy skulking behind a hedge across the street, as if she is casing your place. But she catches sight of you, pretends to pick up something from the ground, then puts her hands in her pockets, and whistles as she casually walks to her BMW, starts up the engine, and drives away.
Maybe I should have done the self-defense. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like Famulus might just get attacked by Tammy.
That night, you go to the jazz concert in the park with Ellie. You can tell she is enjoying the upbeat, brassy music. She bounces along with the beat and smiles. After applauding a lively big band piece, Ellie says with a grin, "So, I hear you're a big deal now." You nod.
Yeah, of course I am. I've always been a big deal.
You're probably pretty busy then, she says. Why do you choose to hang out with little old me tonight?
Either because you're good at reminding me to stop and appreciate what's important. Aww. Famulus still looks a little awkward. Do you think you can give me some tips for a new body? I'm not gonna do this!
Because bringing work to the date.
Well, I mean, in character, I already saw that was a bad thing last time it happened, so let's not repeat my mistake.
Yeah.
So let's just keep it focused on not Famulus for a second.
Alright. Thanks, Ellie says with a little surprised grin. That's actually a very nice thing to say. You enjoy the rest of the evening with Ellie immensely, singing along with the jazz standards you know. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. I don't know that song.
Alright.
The next day, you get a call from your mother. Oddly, she chooses not to use video at all. Fishy, I have some bad news for you, she says, and there's a heaviness in her voice that you've never heard before that fills you with dread. You're completely unprepared for what comes next. Your father passed away last night.
This game is getting really real.
Just wait.
Okay. Alright. Is Famulus gonna kill Ellie? With my gun training I gave her?
Gun training. The one time you showed her how to pick up a gun.
She's gonna remember.
I don't think she's good with it. I think you just showed her that it exists, basically.
She knows how to kill. She doesn't know how to do it well.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing where she's like, yeah, I feel like it feels good to hold a gun. She's going to pick it up and be like, but how do I use it? Your father's funeral is a simple graveside affair, which, with just a few attendees, the casket is sitting on a metal gurney next to the hole onto which it eventually be lowered after everyone is gone. There are no trappings of any faith, since your father was not religious himself, nor did he have many close friends. But the ones who came, you know what came. God damn it! You find yourself sitting in the front row next to Famulus, who is not explicitly invited, but was not explicitly prohibited either. Famulus seems overwhelmed by the sadness in the air. You have never seen her so glum. I forgot that was a word. Glum. Your mother, wearing a black dress and veil, goes up to stand next to the casket. It's not often that my English degree comes in handy, as Bill would have been quick to point out, she says with a wry smile. But on a few occasions, I find none of my own words seem sufficient. So I'd like to begin with a favorite passage of ours. She begins.
Oh, I get to choose what she says now.
Mm-hmm.
Full 1005, thy father lies. To everything there's a season. Do not despise death, but be well content with it. This is very poetic.
Getting some deep shit now, Kai.
To everything, there's a season.
I just love Ninja Kai's reaction and chat like, what? Just like this came out of nowhere.
Yeah, dude.
To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to give birth and a time to die. Time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. Mom clears your throat. Bill was never one for religion, so I feel a little guilty quoting...
Yeah, say that one.
Ecclesiates over him. I'm going to say that's correct. But I'd like to think he would agree with the sentiment that this, too, is the natural way of things. When we talked about his fainting spells and then strokes, he always seemed relatively calm about it. When it's time to go, he said. Meanwhile, I don't want everyone to worry about me. Man, have you ever had to try and voice act someone voice acting someone else? Bill wanted you to take advantage of your time to laugh. You could mourn him later. And now that he is gone, it's right for us to be sad. It's also right for us to one day laugh again. You glance at Famulus, who seems very interested in the idea that there is a time and a place for everything, plus grace and empathy.
I have a lot of that.
You sit through a few more of your father's friends giving recollections of him. He was brilliant, they say, but you also get the feeling that he was not always there for his friends. That he was lost in his own world. They never say he was kind, or that he was full of love. Indeed, he always seemed distant to you as well. After the service, you walk up to your father's casket and place your hand on it. What have you resolved to do in light of his death?
So you're saying that my dad is basically me if I just keep going to Famulus.
Yeah, basically, I think so.
I must work on technology that's better able to remove tumors like the one Dad had, so very scientific. I must not be remembered only for my intellect but for my kindness as well. I must find out more about why Dad died and whether I'm genetically at risk. Okay, that's very selfish. Moved by the quote from Ecclesiastes, I decide I must remember to experience everything life has to offer. This is my mental state, probably, or other than just being really sad.
How do you feel? Sad.
Very.
You have concentrated too hard on robots at the expense of the rest of life, you decide. To everything, there is a reason. There is a season. There is a time for robots and a time for other things. You decide you will pay more attention to the world around you. Remember to check the stats screen for changes to humanity and relationship stats, which are not reported in the text.
Wow. 80. Wow, I really got it back. And look at that. Impressive. Also, look at Ellie's relation. Wow, apparently it went up with Tammy as well, actually. And Mark. And Josh. And Professor Ziegler!
Wait, what did it go for with Professor Ziegler?
It went up again.
Is this just like you becoming more of an outward person so everyone likes you a little bit more?
And this mystery person that I haven't met.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's interesting. Also, I now have a Wikipedia page.
Nice.
Anyways.
After that sobering experience, you realize that it's finally time to decide what to do with yourself now. What have you decided to do for a living? Yeah, you kind of lost out on your doctorate.
I will join Josh's company, US Robots. I will start my own company. Forget this bourgeois crap. I'm going to live broke but free. Jeez. Sorry, I like money enough to think that I'm just going to go ask Josh, hey, want to hire me in Famulus?
Falmouth.
I was thinking of actually a location in the game.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Falmouth.
Josh looks relieved when you tell him you'd like to join his company. Thank God, Fishy, because I'd hate to compete against you.
He's just
Monday
like, jeez, thank God.
Monday is your first official day of... Yeah, by the way, you can, if you start another business, you can put Josh out of business.
Oh my God. I would not
before
do
by
that.
accident. I have done that by accident. Monday is your first official day of full-time employment at US Robots, and Josh greets you at the glass door of the new office in Cupertino. Where is that?
Wait.
Is that still in SoCal, I assume?
It's probably somewhere around California. Cupertino. California.
That's still around Southern California, I guess.
Hold up. No, it's actually. Wait, let me zoom out further. It's actually Central California. It's like right next to San Francisco. It's in San Jose.
Okay. A photographer lurking in the hedges immortalizes your handshake. All right.
Oh my god.
The press compares your partnership with Josh to that of Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Oh, let's slow down, guys.
All right,
Let's calm down.
guys, I don't need that much ego, and neither does Parker.
Yeah, which one are you?
I'm currently me. Oh wait,
No, I
between
mean,
these
like,
two.
currently you're Wozniak because you're the one inventing the things.
Yeah.
Or Larry Page and Sergey Brin. I don't know who that one
Me
is.
neither.
But those would be understatements. The home computer and internet search would prove to be nothing. I guess they invented the internet search. Would be nothing compared to the impact of intelligent robots. So you have a bigger ego than they do.
All right.
Chapter 4: Captains of Industry.
We already just saw our stats, so I don't need to see it.
I also don't think it's 9 chapters. I think it's more like 6.